The difference between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration is aerobic respiration takes place in presence of oxygen, whereas anaerobic respiration takes place in absence of oxygen. Carbon dioxide and water are the end products of aerobic and respiration, while alcohol is the end product of anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration releases more energy than anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration involves four stages: glycolysis and a transition reaction that forms acetylcoenzyme A, and then the citric and Krebs recycle and electron transport chain and chemios, and then the last stage is chemiomosis. Anaerobic has two stages: glycolysis and fermentation. During aerobic cellular respiration, glucose reacts with oxygen, forming ATP that can be used by the cell. Carbon dioxide and water are created as byproducts. The first step in anaerobic is called glycolysis, and this is the process of taking one glucose sugar molecule and breaking it down into pyruvate and energy to 2 ATP. Since glucolysis produces 2 ATP, anaerobic respiration yields 2 ATP for every molecule of glucose. The stages of an aerobic respiration. The first stage of the anaerobic respiration is glycolysis. In the glycolysis, the glucose molecule breaks down into two carbon compound, pyruvic acid, and in the second stage, the pyruvate undergoes incomplete oxidation and then fermentation. The incomplete oxidation of the pyruvic acid yields ethanol and lactic acid. But in aerobic respiration, the pyruvic acid is acetylated before into the Krebs cycle. The next stage is the Krebs cycle, completed in the matrix of mitochondria. The last stage is the electron transport system, completed on the inner mitochondrial membrane. Water is formed by alternation of oxygen and hydrogen is supplied from the NADPH and the FADPH. Without oxygen, organisms can split glucose into just two molecules of pyruvate. This releases only enough energy to make two ATP molecules. With oxygen, organisms can break down glucose all the way to carbon dioxide. This releases enough energy to produce up to 38 ATP molecules.